welcome back to the channel. Today we're looking at another class, another skill tree setup for another video on Tiny Tina's Wonderlands, a game that I'm very excited for, but I've just been a bit behind on keeping up with the content. So I am exploring all of these classes to try and figure out what I want to play first. So check out all the other videos on the channel if you want to hear about all the other different classes and the class setups. Hit the like button, comment, subscribe. Tell me what your class is down below. So Stabbomancers, these are like your stealth roguelike classes from what I saw in the little trailer that I reacted to. Stabbomancers are sneaky, critical hit focused assassins who summon magic whirling blades to the battlefield and disappear into the shadows at will. Okay, so for those who are new to the Borderlands experience, this is your skill tree. So these are your action skills, which we're going to talk about in a second. And then you have tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, tier 4, tier 5, tier 6. And to get from tier 1 to tier 2, you have to spend a certain amount of points. So say you put 5 into this, all 3 of these will unlock, and then any more points you get can go into these ones. You could do a 3 and a 2 split and still unlock tier 2, and then you get all the way down and pick and choose what skills you want. Usually there's a limitation on how many points you get for a build. I don't know why they're all filled in here. Maybe it's different for this game, but let's look at the class setup. Class feat. Dirty fighting. The Fate Maker's critical hit chances increase, so because it's a stealth based, crit based character, you automatically get your critical hit chance increased in comparison to other classes, I assume. Action skills. Ghost Blade. The Fate Maker throws out a ghost blade which spins in place at the target location, dealing melee damage periodically to nearby enemies based on the Fate Maker's equipped melee weapon. Oh, so if you've got a melee weapon with high damage, then your ability is going to do that same high damage. Well, that's what it sounds like. That's pretty cool. Pressing the action skill button while Ghost Blade is active causes it to teleport to the targeted location and reduces its remaining duration by a small percentage. Oh, okay. This is what I saw in the trailer. So if you hit a guy on the floor and it spins and it kills them, you can then look up into the sky and hit a bird and try to kill them, but it will have less duration after it teleports. So you could potentially do that multiple times if there's skill perks to extend that duration. Interesting. From the shadows, the Fate Maker enters stealth, turning invisible. While in stealth, all damage dealt is automatically a critical hit, but critical hits deal reduced damage. Okay. That sounds like it wouldn't be as good as this build, unless you get some really beast like perks and crit damage and stuff. Okay, I guess it's for like a couple of hits, so it's not that terrible really. But okay, interesting. But that means you have to play super stealth. I'd rather go in and like attack. So if I was to choose this class, I'd probably go with Ghost Blade. Tier 1 passive skills. Arsenal. Melee damage is increased, spell damage is increased, gun damage is increased. So if you want to do some damage, there we go. Haste. Melee attack speed is increased, movement speed is increased. When you cast a spell, double this bonus for a duration. So you're gonna go in for a spell, run around stabbing people. I wonder how fast that movement speed is increased by though, because that'd have to be something significant to put this into your build. Potent poison. Status effect damage is increased, status effect duration is increased. So you know you're gonna be like a proper rogue from World of Warcraft and drop some poison on someone or something. Tier 2 follow-up. Whenever the Fate Maker deals gun damage to an enemy, increase the damage of your next melee attack. This effect can stack, and melee attacks consume all stacks. So what I get from that is if you're in an area with a whole bunch of little minions, you could shoot them, kill them, get your stacks up, and then potentially stealth kill a bigger enemy. Interesting. Swift death. While moving, the Fate Maker gains increased damage dealt. The faster the Fate Maker moves, the greater these bonuses. So that kind of lines up with the haste. So you know you're going to get more damage from moving faster. I feel like that would probably work then with the Ghost Blades. Maybe exploit their weakness. Whenever the Fate Maker applies a status effect to an enemy, the affected enemy takes increased duration. So basically you just throw a weakness on them. Tier 3 nimble fingers. Whenever the Fate Maker deals melee damage, their fire rate and spell damage are increased for a duration. Or shadow step, kill skill. Well, you probably have to have all these anyway. The Fate Maker's next melee attack is a guaranteed critical hit for a short duration. That's actually pretty goddamn beast. you're going to be tearing through people with melee. I'm liking this class, it sounds fun. Sneak attack, critical hit damage is increased. I'm assuming not on a sneak attack, that's just the name of it. So you're going to get more critical hit damage on your melees and stuff. Elusive, you can now shoot and sprint at the same time. Okay, so this goes into the haste and the other perks, so you're going to be doing more damage running around. Gain a chance to evade incoming damage while moving. The faster you move, the greater the chance. So this is going to be like a Zane speed build where you're just going to be unstoppable by dodging everything and having increased damage. It does feel like there's two very good, significant, unique, different builds here, which is pretty fun. Contagion. Whenever the Fate Maker applies a status effect, there is a chance it spreads to nearby enemies, so that you can do AoE kind of damage with your status effects, is what I'm trying to say. My brain's not working. So yeah, if no enemies are nearby, deal a percentage of the status effect's total damage to the enemy instead. Oh, that's important because there might not be enemies around. Tier 5, 1,000 cuts. Critical hits grant the Fate Maker increased damage dealt for a duration. This effect can stack up to 10 times. Melee critical hits grants additional stacks. So you're just charging up your stacks to do more damage. Gonna go well with pretty much any build here, to be honest. Alchemical Agent. Melee critical hits apply a random status effect. So if you wanted to go the status effect route and you use this, God, there's a lot here that kind of ties together. This is pretty cool. Executioner's Blade. Gun and spell critical hits have a chance to create I can't talk. Executioner's Blade. Gun and spell critical hits have a chance to create an ethereal blade above the target that will impale them after a short delay. That sounds like Doom from Hades. Ethereal blades deal melee damage based on the Fate Maker's equipped melee weapon. There is a lot here that can kind of tie together. You could probably comfortably play both action skills with everything in these builds. It feels like there's a lot of choice here. But it is all based around melee, which, obviously Stabbomancer it's supposed to. But this is going to be a unique class to people who are capable of running in, getting in close, moving around, or stealth. Like, you can't just throw spells in or like shoot or anything. Like, you have to really pick and choose what you're doing to keep those buffs and stacks up and stuff, so you can make the most out of the build that you have. This probably won't be my starting class, even though it sounds super fun and super interesting, just because I love guns and stuff, and I love the idea of using spells in this new game. This feels like a third playthrough kind of thing, and just doing a full melee build, or potentially it could be on the multi-class section for another class that I might choose. So yeah, interesting. I'm intrigued a little bit, but not enough for it to be my starting class, unfortunately. Let me know what you're thinking down below in the video description about this class. Is it going to be what you start with? If it isn't, tell me down below what it is you are going to start with. I'm excited for this game. I cannot wait. Thank you for watching. I've been easynow. You guys have been awesome.